This Raw Vision video is brought to you by Metro Solar, proud partner of the Richmond Football Club. G'day Tiger fans, welcome to the Spotlight on round 18, brought to you by Metro Solar. The Tigers take on the Hawks. It's Friday night footy at the MCG. It doesn't get any bigger than that, taking on the top team in the competition. As always, to have a look at the game, I'm joined by Brendon Lade. And Lady, it is the ultimate test, isn't it, this week against the Hawks? They're in phenomenal form at the moment.
Yeah, they are. They stitched up Fremantle and Sydney in the last 3 weeks, as well as Carlton last weekend. So they're the form team of the competition, and you know, prior to the weekend, we'll probably be up there as well. So yeah, we're looking forward to a good battle on Friday night. How's
the week been on the track? The guys looking forward to it? You really got nothing to lose against a team like this. You come out and play well, you gain more respect.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we're about here. You know, getting that respect back at our club and playing consistently good footy. But we don't want to get closer anymore. We want to start winning those games. So last week was a disappointment, but we've moved on and we're ready for Hawks this week.
Well, let's have a look at the team for this week's game against the Hawks. 2 changes. Obviously, Ben Griffiths out with a finger injury, which is disappointing, and Sean Hampson just didn't come up. So a couple of disappointments there, but Vickery back. And great to see Reece Conker in for his first game for the year.
Yeah, it's great that Reece has had 2 and a bit games in the VFL and played some really good footy. Had a lot of touches last week, so it's something we need in our midfield, that little zip around mid, so we're happy with that. And to get Ty back after a couple of weeks off suspended comes back in fresh and in good form.
So it means there'll be a little bit of a different look in the forward line, just the 2 tools this week?
Yeah, we'll play 2 tools for a while. We might throw a Varn down there as well at stages and try a few things. So for us, it's about getting that mix right and kicking goals against Hawks.
Beautiful. Let's have a look at the Daycore matchups this week. I've gone for 2 because I think these 2 players are vitally important. Luke Bruce and Cyril Rioli, they're in outstanding form, their whole forward line group. So I'm imagining it'll be Grimes or Vlosten, which will get the mix right on those 2.
Yeah, Bruce is one of their high goal kickers this year, so Grimes, you'll probably go to him and hopefully do a job for us. He's been great doing those jobs all year. He's had Walters last week, so for Grimesy to get that job, it's a big task for him, but we think he's up to it, that's for sure.
Bruce, the 2.5 goals a game, that is as elite as it gets for a small forward, isn't it?
Yeah, all their small forwards are really good at kicking goals. So for us, it's having a mix right down there, not being too tall at stages, but their goals come from everywhere. So we have to be, all our defenders need to be switched on as well as our mids.
What do you say to a defender when they're playing on Cyril Rioli? Because he doesn't get a lot of the ball, we know that, but he does.
It's normally good luck in that.
Oh, yeah. But you know, he does things that no other players can do, I reckon.
Yeah, this is probably his highest it's been for in his whole career, disposals, and he's played a lot of games in a row, which hasn't happened. Yeah, it's a hard matchup. He's very quick around the ground and gets the opposition quickly when they've got the ball. So for us, it's about pressuring him when he's got the ball and making sure we get rid of it before he can get to us.
He's been good in the air this year as well. I reckon he's going for his marks more than he has in the past.
Yeah, he goes for his marks and doesn't fall on the ground. And if he drops them, he's straight onto it. So
he's
a very good player.
He does everything.
He does everything. There's nothing he can't do.
Yeah, well, he's a big reason why Hawthorn is so good at the ground ball gets in their forward half of the ground. Look, you look at Roughhead and Gunston, they can all mark the footy, but they're #1 in the comp for mopping up at ground level, so you've got to be switched on the whole time against them.
Yeah, they do kick the ball long inside 50 at times, and when they do that, they never get out marked, so the ball's always coming to the ground. So it makes it easy for their smalls to get in there and make it predictable for them. So people like Bruce, Puopolo, Rioli, they can get to those positions and get easy crumbs and kick goals.
And Ruffy actually gets the ball ground level too.
They can all do it. Yeah, they can all do it. Unstoppable.
So it's a big job. It's a big job for our defenders down there this week. We always talk about Hawthorn's ball use. Every single team that comes up against them says, how they use the ball, but how do you stop it? I mean, it's just elite.
Yeah, well, they've had some good games this year where they do use the ball very well. So for us, it's about putting pressure on them when they get the ball so they can't have easy decisions to make.
So what about this one here? They've got the ball in the back pocket. What are you looking to do in a situation like this, Lady?
Oh, you can see here they brought everyone over one side of the ground and got a big hole in the middle. They like coming through the corridor. See here, they come through the corridor with this kick. That's a forward leading up, gets used. Then this player trades in, they get the width, then they're away. People like Brad Hill, Isaac Smith, Jordan Lewis, all loving the plays like this. They all end up inside 50 and they'll get some easy shots of goal from it.
So you're just looking to block up that centre-half back area through there?
Yeah, there's another kick going through there. It's just about being switched on the whole time because they are elite with the ball, as you said before, kicking. So they'll hit their targets, and if they haven't got any split, they'll still try and hit those kicks with minimal split with their defenders.
So you've got to really watch the Brad Hills and Isaac Smiths there with the handball receives.
Yeah. We just need pressure on the ball all the time. As much as we can, man the mark, as best we can to not let them play on. But, as you said, there's the ground ball, they get there, then they're all running forward like this. So they have a good spread of people who can do it, and it's easy to shut out one or two, but they've got a very good spread of players that can all get those balls.
What about Luke Hodge? I reckon he's nearly having his best season at AFL level, which is remarkable, really. His numbers are outstanding this year. I think that's career highs for disposals, and he's getting more uncontested footy this year. He seems to be freewheeling a bit more.
Yeah, he's probably played half back the last 2 or 3 years, and they've put him back in the midfield this year and put Burgoyne back. So I think him, Burgoyne and Mitchell will change on ball and through half back. So I think he's just spent a bit more time on ball and got a lot more of it. But he's tough as nails, wins the hard ball all the time, and is a big barometer of how they play.
Is he the sort of player that you'd do what you did with Fife last week and go head-to-head with one of our A-grade players?
Yeah, we definitely could. Obviously, Dustin's going to be in there at stages and Koch, so at times they'll be on Hodge, so it'll be a good battle, us against them, so we'll see how we go.
You've got to have depth at AFL level, obviously, and I reckon Kane Lambert's form would be making the match committee pretty happy because you're getting something out of him you may not have expected at the start of the year. Only 4 games in, and last week he was outstanding. Yeah,
it's his best game for the year, or his career, sorry. So he's been great for us. He adds a lot of run, he uses the ball quite well. So for us, it's about using his strengths, and that'll be his running offense and defensively. And we got some good results last week out of it, and his ball use was very, very good.
He's a hard nut, and he's a natural footballer.
Yeah, he is, and he's he didn't get drafted because of his size and all that kind of stuff. But for us, he adds another dimension to our midfield, and he adds that zip and the pace and the run both ways mentality. So he's been great for our mids.
Well, he's going to be important this week to help the midfield. Look, a lot of talk this week, Lady, obviously around the Adam Goods issue, and our club's made a strong stand by supporting Goodsy. We're going to wear the Indigenous jumper on Friday night.
Yeah, I think Benny Gale and some people from the KGI upstairs here sat down with the leadership group yesterday and thought it would be a good idea to wear the Indigenous Guernsey. So we'll wear that this week in, not in respect, but
in support.
A bit of support for Adam Goods.
Bit of leadership in the community. It's a fantastic initiative by the club. Dale Waitman, I'm sick of you looking at me over there. The flea's just watching us closely, lady. Thanks for joining us.
No worries.
It's going to be a ripping game. It is the spotlight on round 18. That's it. The Hawks at the MCG. Make sure you get there. It's going to be an absolute cracker.